Hello everybody, Jay Marino here, and welcome back. It's Mathias Chronicles, Campaign 2 Reckoning, remake, created by Mapguy, originally made by Savage Potato. I gotta say, I really have grown to enjoy the story of this campaign. Again, there are some issues with the campaign in some gameplay situations, but I quite like how the story is told through the dialogue, the cutscenes, and even the way some of the missions themselves are crafted. This may be the last playable map. It's hard to say. It depends on if Crown of Bones is playable or if it's a cutscene. But then beyond that, we have a secret mission that is not available on the mission select here. But supposedly after the finale, there will be a secret mission. Let's go Death by 1,000 Cuts. With the spirit of their beloved warchief trapped in a soul gem, the orcs lose their stomach for the fight. They scatter into the forest, trying to put as much distance between themselves and the battlefield as possible. Many are ridden down by the few surviving knights, Prince Mathias leading the charge like a man possessed. Wandering off the main body of the human forces, Kel'Zarak gathers the remaining members of his coven. He has had to cash in a few favors, because he has been assigned a very difficult task. Lord Vorkoranskov, I am pleased to report that the orcish threat on Lordaeron has been neutralized. The humans have imprisoned the Warchief's spirit in a soul gem, and the Horde has scattered. Excellent. We will rally our forces and march against the humans before they have a chance to regroup. My lord, the ranks of the undead are too depleted from the recent battle to be effective. Then we will use your forces, little necromancer. I'm afraid that I cannot allow you to do that. Did I hear you correctly, Necromancer? Are you questioning a direct order from me? My order volunteered to rid this land of orcs. We have completed our task. None of us volunteered to serve the Legion. I will not stand for such insolence. Send in the ghouls and tear them apart. Disregard that order. No one move. As far as the Lich King is concerned, this is a matter between the Legion and Kel'Zarak. The Scourge will not be involved. In any event, now that Delcarius is dead, we are no longer under the Legion's command. If memory serves me right, Lord Tichondrius is in charge, and I don't see him here today. You and your demon friends have 15 minutes to depart. After that time, I can no longer guarantee your safety. You intend to fight us yourself? No, not myself. There will be others. 15 minutes, gentlemen. It all hinges on this. If I fail, the Lich King will disavow all knowledge of my mission. If I succeed, I win the gratitude of both the Lich King and Mathias. Think of how glorious it will be. A mere necromancer granted dominion over a great battlefield. What a prize for my order. That fool Archimond left me with nothing, and now we're cut off. Are all these you could muster Navaralis? My lord, there are forces at the gate. Perhaps a tactical retreat is in order? Nonsense. I'm not about to tell the Legion that I ran from a band of fanatics. To arms. Is it really another one of these? Okay, except this time we've got cool Cult of the Damned faction forces, which is neat. Slay Vorkoranskov, slay Navaralis. Kel'Zarak must survive. Okay. So let's... You guys turn on your religious frenzy. Everybody admire the skeletal ogre's portrait, because it is the best thing that anyone has ever made in this game, ever. Skeletal footmen, dread knights. I don't know if we're going to be getting reinforcements. I guess let's figure out which direction we want to go and go for it. I guess it's just more. I guess in this case, it couldn't hurt to hotkey. Oh, there's more cultists down here. See, like, there's way more units here than I could even hotkey across the board. That's the thing. So, like, I could, but I just don't see a point. Let's just make sure we're summoning skeletons. Skeletons? Ah! Get the Dread Knights in here that have Cloud. Very odd choice, for sure. Maybe we keep some of the weaker units in reserve because they're more likely to die very quickly. We do not have any frontline heroes, so there's that. Okay, that's a pretty solid reign of stuff going on right here. We have no way to really heal our troops, keep in mind. 2 can play at this game. We'll just put you to sleep. Clean up your stupid other guys. Vampiric Aura is actually very, very good here. Again, when you have this many units on the field... I would say it's actually super good to have any sort of aura ever. Yeah, put that guy to sleep. He's the weakest. Lothirus goes down. We have flyers. Who do we have that can attack air in this group? Can the cultists maybe? I doubt it. The necromancers probably. Looks like there's a way to go up there too. I guess Kel'Zarak is the only one. Well, have at it, buddy. How about this? Oh, you love to see it. Though, now that I'm looking at it, it looks like I really don't have to even kill these things. Because there's nothing over here. Let's maybe check up here next. So here's what we're going to do. Kel'Zarak, and then I'm going to... goofy-looking ogres and knights. Alright, so we've got these 3 groups. And we're going to have them come up here. And we're just going to take this, not super slow, but slow enough. Can we maybe hit this like that? I think it's working. I mean, it moved, but that's perfectly fine. Okay, chest and chest. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Those are pretty valuable. Let's get up here and fight. Get some of these footmen in here. Okay, turn and fight. Kel'Zarak will pick that stuff up momentarily, and then we'll check over what's on the other side there. Let's make sure that we're cutting these units off that we're moving in to attack us. It's possible they spawned, or maybe they just got lured to us. They're little baby infernals. They're so cute. Those are the cutest infernals I've ever seen in my entire life. And I won't have anyone tell me differently. Skelly boys? Your timed life? Just run in there and see where you can go next. Then, looks like there's nothing over here. That's perfectly acceptable. You gotta stay up here so I can actually pick up these tomes.
Oh, I like this. Don't mind if I do.
This is gonna draw more units to us. Again, I don't know if they're spawned, though, and they're going to keep, like, pushing against us, whereas we don't get extra units. I mean, maybe we'll get extra units. It's really hard to say. Skelly boys, again, you're timed life. We might as well go in with you. Okay, let's send some fodder in first, then follow in with Kel'Zarak. I see, sleep doesn't work on... It does work on Dreadlords. Huh, I wouldn't have expected that. Meanwhile, we have like a billion units back here just waiting, and I'm going to keep some of these units back here in reserve for later. If we don't have to send them all in, they're just going to get path blocked and increase the chance of stuff dying randomly to AoE in like tight choke points. So I think it's better that we keep like separate armies here in the grand scheme. Rune of Restoration is quite nice. Okay, and we're going to keep our acolytes, or our necromancers, alive for as long as possible. I guess we could use Cloud on this. On these Searing Claws. Dude, look at this. New Age of Jay Barino.
What is it?
That's just attack damage, isn't it? I'll pick it up. I've got space. It's an orb effect. That's neat. I'd like to point out that this is not attacking because it is clouded. It's a new age. Okay, this is working out pretty good. Take care of that. Let's head over here, make sure we hit these crypts again, because it's possible stuff is just going to casually be spawned from it, as I had seen in previous maps. He's just getting levels like crazy. Dude, Skelly boys, let's go. Okay, we found some sort of base here. We're already seemingly like a third through the city. That's not bad at all. So we got like our this is like our vanguard force right here, I would say. And then the rest of you, we're going to keep in reserve. We're going to move up so that we can still move in with you when necessary. But for now, we're going to keep you back. Because again, attacking with everybody, it's just going to require more box clicking, and I won't be able to focus on the fight that's happening anyway. Grimoire of Souls sounds like an excellent item for this guy. Evros Blackhand Skull seemingly doesn't do anything anymore. I could drop the Precious Talisman, though, because holding onto this man's skull is just, Oh. Okay, well, I'll just use that all. And, yeah, Grimoire sounds pretty fun. Rune of Healing, we don't really need, honestly. I'll back up and snag it, but it's not something we're absolutely in need of right now. Again, it's important that we don't hemorrhage our forces as we make our way through this city, because we're going to have to fight the big guy. And I remember from the previous mission that that really big Eridar guy was, like, really powerful. So he probably can AoE the crap out of us if he really wants to, so we should be cognizant of that. Okay, let's go. I mean, if you're not going to attack us, I'm not going to complain about that. Dude, the ghouls are so small. The only thing with the different unit models here is it just feels like it's very difficult to see individual units anymore. We also still have a really strong ultimate with this hero that we haven't really used. We haven't really had to use. Queen of Suffering. Okay. I don't have any single target spells. Oh, well, she just steals our stuff. Yeah, honestly, attack Kel'Zarok, that's fine. Alright. Sorry, buddy. Greater Scroll of Replenishment? Not really something we're needing right now. Let's keep pushing to the left. The only way to go is to the left, so let's go. The dead shall serve. We just have to sort of keep inching forward just because we have so many units. It's very difficult to manage an army this size. And it's not replenishable either. So, like, I would point to, like, Undead Revamp as a good example of, like, again, an Undead army that, even though you can't select all units and you have a selection limit, it's really not that hard to continue pushing forward because you have a means of making new units pretty much at all times. Whereas here, I have to be very careful. Okay, inch forward. I will say this campaign got markedly easier as time has gone on. I would say missions 2, 3, and 4 were fairly difficult. I think 4 was the one, yeah, with the absurd defense holdout part. Like, that was really hard. Whereas this, not that bad, you know? Yes. That looks exciting. Let's go and see what this is. Kel'Zarok as well. The dead shall serve. Doom Guards. Our forces are under attack. Salutation. The restless dead await. You'll get there, buddy. Greetings to you. And we have some necromancers in here that can attack air. That's also been kind of a consistent thing, is just like really irritating air attacks without many good ways to counter them. Oh, this just keeps going, doesn't it? Okay. That's fine. Let's keep going down here. Break and break. One-up neutralization, Arcane Scroll. Arcane Scroll we can use to heal us up, but we don't really need to right now, honestly. Up here is the way to go, it looks like. Spiked Collar and Inferno Stone. We might as well just snag those and use them right away, and then we've got some throwaway units that we can use to scout for us ahead. What does the Shadow will for the Lich King? Okay, and we do have this group of cultists here too, or whatever they, you know, necromancers. They're necromancers of the damned. Fancy.
Yes. Don't mind if I do.
There we go. I'm holding on to this skull. Like, how awesome is it? Just like we've got our nemesis skull, just like in our inventory. It doesn't give us any benefit, but you know, how many people could say that?
Mess someone up.
Okay. Normal Inferno, go ahead and go first.
The restless dead await.
This scares me a little bit because it's a very, very tight area. Let's get in there and make sure Kel'Zarok is sort of near the front so we can use some AoE.
The dead shall serve.
Don't get stuck. Move in. Just move in. Don't block the way. Very important. This actually isn't bad. I thought we would get way more stuck than this. The Infernal's doing great work here, though. Doesn't seem like they're going to try to possess us at all. Wand of Neutralization could have been okay, if only because we would have been able to dispel a lot of this curse. Let's see what's up here. Nothing. Okay.
The restless dead await.
Helm of Battlethirst is, that's just straight up lifesteal, isn't it? I mean, oh no, that's like, use it and you go berserk for 50% more damage, which actually we might as well take. Okay, I hate this. I feel like we're probably going to lose a lot of stuff in this little area here. Drop this stupid talisman. We'll take the Helm of Battlethirst. And I'll try. I can't even quite get close enough to use his AoE anyway. Move in, just move in. This isn't as bad as it seems, I think. I think we actually did pretty good here. Our Infernal is still alive. Was about to die, but he's still alive. That little baby Infernals. You'll love to see it.
The dead shall serve. As the shadow,
okay.
The restless dead await.
Vanguard army still alive. Scroll of Mana not necessary at all. Skelly boys, they're gonna run you across the bridge, clear out this army, and make space. And we're gonna move up our main host behind this.
What does the shadow? I wish.
Dude, watch this. You see that? Let's Helm of Battlethirst, sure. Dude, look how fast he attacks now. He's doing pretty good. Oh, baby. Don't let this guy die. He's doing the Lord's work. The most important thing that anyone in this army could be doing. Dude, but wait. Oh! Oh, man. Cloud on your knights. You never thought you'd see it. A Rune of Resurrection there is probably worth backing up and getting if our corpses are still even on the ground anymore. Let's just move in and get rid of this stuff. I'll try to back up and get that rune if I can maneuver through this. That's a tall order, though. Oh, he made it. Okay, let's pick this up. It's possible. No corpses left. I think a lot of this stuff, like the skeleton-type units, don't even leave corpses, I think.
Yes.
Skelly boys, keep going. I think we've made it to the end. Manual of Health.
What is
Okay,
it?
everyone move up here. Kel'Zarok, pick this up.
What is it? Ever onward.
And then we got to get this whole army. You know what, everybody? We're just going to auto-attack you right into whatever's in this base. And honestly, conga lining is good because that means you're less likely to get AoE'd by the enemy Dreadlord.
Now that
Or Eridar, or whatever he is. Ring of the Archmagi? Drop the Heart Amulet, because that's only, yeah, +4 intelligence. That's the worst unique item I've ever seen in my life. Okay, let's move all of you up. You're all veterans. Honestly, if this was like a different RTS, you'd have that highest level 4-star, 5-star veterancy at this point. You've earned it.
Where shall my blood be spilled?
I guess in this case you can just settle for dying like normal, like every other unit. Okay, quick save, because this might just be a disaster, and then we're going to go ahead and start. Let's go ahead, let's go. I just quick save, because again, Kel'Zarok is vulnerable. We'll lose if Kel'Zarok dies, so we have to make sure. Oh, that's good. We're hitting our own knight, but it's totally worth it. There's nothing to use Cloud on, unfortunately. Dude, this guy's still alive. Okay, he's dead now. Okay, there's the Skelly boys that we need. We kept a lot of our army alive throughout all of this. But now this is just a straight up nightmare. Can we put him to sleep or put somebody to sleep? What I would give for something to Cloud right now. Is he shooting Infernals? Alright, animate dead. I think this man is legitimately shooting Infernals at us. We have more units streaming in, but I have no way to like actually move in and do anything. Kel'Zarok's just hanging out at like full HP. Honestly, these necromancers are just in the way. If I can manage to pick up this rune. Cool, I think we did it. Rune of Restoration is huge there, actually. Keep using Helm of Battlethirst, and then Kel'Zarok focus down Vokorinskov. And then Navaralis is going down pretty fast. Okay, I'm going to back him out just a little bit. Focus down Navaralis. You love to see it. Okay, very nice. And then I'm trying to click these. I just want to click more of these. There we go. It's a little late, but we can start Unholy Frenzying some of our frontline troops. Now, you know what? Just as massive disrespect, I'll Helm of Battlethirst this guy. We're capped at level 15. That's exciting. We've almost got him. Please. There he goes. Man, you really needed to keep your whole army alive. Oh my goodness. That was no joke. Well, look, this was pretty short, so I guess, let's watch the finale in this episode, and then we can play the secret mission after this, which is probably just going to be, like, 200 units lined up in nice little squares that we have to A-click to a location, if I had to guess, based on the last 3 missions. But we'll see. Finale, Crown of Bones. In hindsight, one can see that the invasion of the Burning Legion was being sabotaged from the outset. The Lich King carried out the commands of his captors to the letter, but undermined his gains in subtle but important ways. He knew that the greatest weakness of the Legion was its leadership structure, a towering and chaotic house of cards. It would take only a few setbacks to bring the whole edifice crashing down. Mathias was not to know that he was witnessing part of the collapse. All he and his troops knew was that the roads to the capital were clear. What's interesting is, weren't there... I thought Mathias Chronicles had, like... There were, like, 6 campaigns, and Mapguy's remade 2. But we've already reached the end of this part. I guess, I mean, there's nothing that says that Mathias can't be, like, around in the background doing stuff throughout the entirety of all the Frozen Throne campaigns, too, I guess. This is all so familiar. Why do I remember this? No matter. It is clear what has to be done. This entire city must be purged. The way is clear. Men, forward. It's no good, Prince Mathias. We've looked everywhere for the crown. The undead have left nothing but refuse and corpses. How can this be? The Scourge fought tooth and nail for this place. Are you trying to tell me that they went to all this effort to guard an empty castle? The crown must be somewhere. Tell the men to leave no stone unturned. I will tear this castle apart if I have to. Yes, my liege. I'll instruct the men to continue searching. All this time spent. All the lives lost and still no crown. Am I no more than fate's plaything? I mean, you don't need the crown to hold the status. Who are you? How did you get past my guards? Lower your blade, friend. I am no assassin. Your father's crown was recovered by the palace guards. When the capital was evacuated, the Privy Council ordered it to be removed. The council was determined that the insignia of state not fall into the hands of the Scourge. They were carried west on the fleet's flagship. Oh no. After many days sailing, the ships made landfall in Kalimdor. A government in exile was formed under the leadership of Jaina Proudmoore. It was her that ordered me to report to you. Although you have your differences in the past, she has always had great confidence in your abilities. We hope that you would rally the forces of Lordaeron and prevail against the Scourge once more. The people deserve peace and a strong king. Lord Nicholas asked me to pass on his best wishes. Once he is crowned, you will no doubt benefit greatly from his favor. Nicholas of Buzan. But he is already an old man. My people have suffered much from the misrule of old men. Also you. But he is the king's cousin. If not him, who else is there? With Arthas now a regicide, we could hardly elevate him. Oh, I see. You thought you were a suitable candidate. Mathias we simply can't have a bastard child on the throne. The people wouldn't stand for it. The talk of tainted blood would be just the beginning. Silence! The news you bear is poisonous. I will not endure it a moment longer. Messengers have been disemboweled for bringing tidings of this sort. If your mistress wishes to put that fossil Buzan on the throne, she will do so over my dead body. I would be careful using that phrase, my lord. I try to be good, but sometimes I go a little crazy. I bring a prisoner, my lord. We captured her on the road to the west. She says that she has a message for you. Why not? I did not enjoy my first message as much as I'd hoped. Be sure that your message pleases me more, Lich, for your sake. My message is for Mathias, King of Lordaeron. My master wishes to congratulate you in your hour of triumph over the Legion. I don't understand this. I was fighting the undead. Why would the Lich King congratulate me for that? There is a subtle but important distinction between the interests of my master and those of the Legion. In time, you may find we have a lot in common. My master has watched you progress with great interest. You have matured into quite a remarkable leader. The time is now right to show our hand. My master wishes to make his move against the Legion. If he succeeds, he will drive the demons from our world forever. To do so will require us to concentrate our forces. We must muster all our forces, including those occupying Lordaeron. So what you really mean is that the Lich King is begging me to spare the army I routed. Why would I do this? The Lich King understands only strength. He respects it. If you allow us to withdraw, he will support your claim to the throne. It is the least he can do for his brother king. While my master controls the waters around Northrend, he can block the invasion route of your traitorous exiles. This interests you, yes? As a symbol of our newfound understanding, my master has ordered a crown to be crafted for you out of living bone. I have to admit that I'm tempted. Does your master know what I trust? That I trust our understanding to last only long enough to complete the withdrawal? He understands that a relationship of this nature cannot be created overnight. There's no alliance, simply an understanding. The rest will come with time. Prince Mathias, you can't be seriously considering this. The Lich King can offer you nothing more than damnation. That is more than that witch back in Kalimdor is offering. Tell your mistress that King Mathias of Lordaeron hopes that she has a long and pleasant exile and a slow and painful death. Tell her that I now wear a crown of bone and rule Lordaeron due to my own efforts. I will deal mercilessly with her and her band of traitors if she returns. Hail to the king. Shocking. Well, I mean, it's been 2 campaigns where it's like, hey, did you know that Mathias is like an irredeemable idiot? Hey, let me remind you, Mathias is like an irredeemable idiot. I think maybe we haven't told you enough. Let me tell you like 3 or 4 more times, and then maybe at the end we'll give like this hint, like, oh, maybe he can like work with Jaina or something. Like, you know, I think it's becoming maybe a little too cliche at this point with like how stupid he is. It's just sort of a repeat of Arthas, right? I guess the difference is like his obsession with being crowned as opposed to like actually caring about the kingdom. Special thanks to Jay Barino. Thank you so much. I guess we should... It's credits, so we could talk about the... This is the last, like, sort of, like, real mission, so let's talk about the campaign, and then we'll play the secret mission next time. Again, I find myself, like, very intrigued. There it is, Rutgar's Choice. I am really, really intrigued. I really like the story, and I think we have Savage Potato to thank for that, but I think we also really have to thank Mapguy, because while he remade this, it's very clear that a lot of the visual and cinematic type choices that were taken by the creator were part of the remake. At least that's my guess. I would like someone to weigh in on this who may have played the originals, but I get the impression that this is more of a remake as opposed to a remaster, if I had to guess. Like, a lot of the main story points and beats are there, but I'm going to guess most of the cinematics are completely redone, and I'm going to guess that a lot of the broad strokes of the missions have remained the same, but some stuff has been completely overhauled. The item system can feel a little overwhelming, if only because, like, you have 10 to 12 different heroes throughout the map, and you're constantly juggling items. You're given control of heroes very quickly, and you don't have time to worry about their items or even what abilities they might have. Though at the same time, I think that this is meant to be played sort of one after another. So if you had just played the first Mathias Chronicles, then it really wouldn't seem that outlandish to take control of some of the, like Larissa, for example. I mean, they're all dead now, so in a way, it's sort of resolved itself. I think that the first and second campaigns here felt like they sort of worked together as a beginning and end, and then we're moving into like a whole separate act whenever Mathias Chronicles 3 gets remade, if that's in progress by Mapguy. I'm not so sure. But, again, there were a bunch of Mathias Chronicles campaigns, so I think, if I had to guess, just because a lot of the characters from the first campaign that were established, a lot of the characters that were brought in new, like from the Blackrock clan, for this campaign, were all killed. Now, of course, Lord Duncan was supposedly killed in the first campaign, and he just sort of casually came back anyway. But basically, it seems like the orcs were completely routed, and they were put kind of into the position that they were in I guess at the beginning of, like, the Blackrock clans, like at the beginning of World of Warcraft, like the Blackrock orcs are just sort of scattered, and they're just, like, in Blackrock Spire, but that's pretty much it. Just sort of a shell of their former self. So it's cool to see that journey from, like, the end of Blackrock and Roll 2 through how they joined up with this, like, new alliance, and then they lost. I thought that was kind of cool, and then I mentioned this at the end of the first campaign, but a lot of these, like, anti-romanticized medieval heroes really only became popularized with the Game of Thrones TV show. Now, that idea in fantasy has been around for a really long time, but again, I say it's popularized with, like, that TV show. But this, for example, like, this campaign existed before that. So I think that, like, Savage Potato kind of wrote this character, I mean, it does mirror Arthas in many ways, but Arthas was more like, oh, I'll do anything to save my people, to the point of not even caring about them anymore, which was weird. And then this guy's like, I'll do anything just to prove that I'm worthy of having the power that I think I should have, because, like, oh, I'm a bastard. You know, I wasn't considered a legitimate child, blah, 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 blah. No one believed in me. But the result is the same. They just end up being pieces of garbage and killing a bunch of people. So it is a bit derivative in that way, but at the same time, again, a lot of these like anti-romanticized heroes and like having to do the opposite of what you really want to do, of like the faction that you've grown to really know and like, and then purposefully having to kill them. We've seen it in StarCraft. It's a very Blizzard, like a 90s and early 2000s Blizzard idea. And we see it again here, and I think it's pretty effective. It keeps you engaged in the story. It makes you kind of mad and irritated, but it keeps you playing. You want to see what's going to happen next, I suppose. But yeah, I like this campaign, but it needs some work. Each individual mission, I went over, some of the problems. You were able to see them for yourself. I think that stuff just needs cleaned up, and you got a really, really strong campaign here. A lot of this stuff is findable and fixable. It's not like core fundamental issues that plague this campaign such that, it's never going to be fixed. Like, these are things that I think are very easily addressed, and once they are, again, I think it would improve the campaign immeasurably, because the foundation that's here, like the story specifically and a lot of the cinematic work, is really, really well done. Okay, we'll play the secret chapter next time for the real last mission, and I'll see you then. Goodbye.